WideSide Sports. Welcome into the program.
Nice. Little strumming there.
A little strumming on the spring.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start this thing out real quick with taking a lot of heat.
Yeah.
I've been taking some grenades.
Okay.
And I don't think it's justified.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. You have been. And it is justified.
It's not justified at all.
It's very justified.
It's not.
Okay.
It's totally reasonable to act that way.
Yeah.
And not even act that way of just like a normal
It's
human.
just the way that you do things is odd.
Properly fine. But as I was talking to my brother on Saturday,
His text to me about the way he gets ready in the morning was fantastic.
His is crazy also.
His is nuts.
So I told him, okay, you know what? We're telling this too.
Yeah.
He does not dress the way that I dress.
Yeah.
Obviously, he dresses like what you people call normies dress. But his happens to do with socks and boots. That's different.
Yeah.
That's a different animal.
That threw me off too. I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with that?"
Yeah, that was.
Oh man, the sock boot gets me. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, do you sit the other sock just like down?
I don't know.
Like, wouldn't it just make sense to put the other sock on as you go? All right, my next question to him would be: are they not rolled up when he gets them? You know what I'm saying? Do they just lay in his dresser, just like pair to pair? Are they not balled up?
I assume they're.
That's what I assume so.
Bald at the top.
Yeah. I don't know.
I would imagine. I don't know the practices of their laundry.
I don't either.
I would imagine a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Oh, you just...
No.
Well, I mean, you're by yourself. You don't really have to.
Well, yeah.
Who else socks is going to be?
They're only my socks.
Yeah.
And I only buy the same exact socks.
Yeah, same here.
There's no difference.
No.
Well, I'm sorry. There's two styles. There's ankle, and then there's boot.
Mm-hmm.
And the boot's slowly waning away of the... I've given up the... I wear tennis shoes at work. Yeah. Of like, hey, this boot thing is getting...
Well, you need to wear some tennis shoes with that, with that drop foot you have.
Yeah, that's different. But back to the original.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's like... so we talked about that. He showed me or told me exactly what he texted to you.
Mm-hmm.
And... I brought up something I didn't bring up last time because I didn't think about it or I would have.
Yeah.
So obviously, so I'm getting ready for bed, whole routine.
Yeah.
Get a TV on in there, usually put it on YouTube and put a podcast on. And I just kind of fall asleep to that, turn a fan on because I'm a tubby guy.
Yeah.
And we
fan.
have fans on at night.
No, I get it.
What is it, 50 in here?
Yeah.
Why is the fan not on?
Yeah, exactly.
But, so I'd be like underwear, boxer briefs or whatever, t-shirt. Getting things ready. Sometimes my internal clock will be messed up, and my gut will tummy rumble of like, hey, I'm gonna have to
poo.
I have to poo before bed, which is just a weird thing to do for me as far as scheduling wise. That's weird. Of like, come on, we already did this a couple times. I mean. So I'll just, as I'm walking to the bathroom, I just, kick the boxers off so you can get that nice full leg spread.
Extension, yes. No, I get it.
Them cheeks apart and try to shoot a Scud missile right out of there into the toilet. So obviously, I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I do before I go to bed is smoke a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll walk in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
No underwear.
Yeah.
T-shirt on.
Yeah.
Pacing back and forth in the kitchen because I'm a pacer.
Yeah.
Smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Full Donald Duck smoking. Happens more often than I'd like to admit. I mean,
respect. Respect with the Donald Duck smoking thing. One, that's funny. Two, I wish that some way, sort of how, you had a window that like a neighbor could just like see it sometimes.
For sure do.
I want to know he's smoking again.
You feel like I haven't walked out on my back porch doing that?
No, I figure you have. I mean, what do you care? You're better than most of the people that live on your street.
Better than most people in the world. What are you talking about? There's a lot of people. I got to figure I'm in the top 2%.
Yeah, for sure.
Have to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm, Come on.
Yeah, you're right.
Leave that go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like based off of the, like on the golfer thing. It's like, hey, the average golfer can't break 100. Like,
yeah.
So I'm like closer to a fucking tour player. Is that what you're saying? Because obviously I can. So
the
if the
average golfer can't break 100?
No.
So technically, I'm above average?
Yeah. Yeah, it's shocking. Like, people are shit at golf.
Yeah, like I would consider myself terrible at golf.
You're not.
You're right. I mean,
I have played with worse.
Yeah, I mean,
often.
if that's under 100,
yeah,
typically just about every time.
And let's be real honest. Most of the fuck ups in your golf game are because you're having a good time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not like you're concentrating.
No.
I'm talking like people can't break 120.
Yeah,
that live it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's like all they think about. Videos of like, well, I watch this YouTube video. It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
And I know some of your buddies golf and stuff, and if they're listening, go hit fucking golf balls. Stop watching videos. That video means jack shit because you're not them.
Yeah.
You don't have the control to do what they're telling you to do.
Yeah.
Hit a bunch of golf balls. And when something doesn't feel right, change it till it feels right, and then play that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get the ball to the hole also.
Going back to the...
If your 8-iron is 150,
yeah,
hit a 7-iron.
Yeah.
Because
you're not,
you gauge everybody gauges their yardages off the best time they ever hit that club.
Yeah, exactly.
I knocked a 5-iron on a green from 260 once.
Yeah.
I don't hit my 5-iron 260. So
it's the one time
that's not, it was a one-time thing.
Hell of a shot.
Man, it's some wind aid.
Yeah.
Big hook. It landed on the green.
Nice.
Like it did. I didn't run it up there. It was in a scramble with, I don't know if it was with George or not, but there was a lot of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's like, thank you.
Thank you. The having a good time while golfing. I think I went back and count. We were talking about it didn't feel like I went out as much as I had last summer, and I went back and I kind of like remembered and counted it. I think I went out 8 times, and 6 of the 8 times were an outing. So it's like, it's not like I don't golf a lot.
Yeah.
If it's not for something like that.
Well, that's obviously I play golf of like not recreationally, but more for my job.
Yeah.
One recreational round a year, and
yeah.
2-man scramble with me and my brother, and you and your brother, and that's the way it goes.
Yep.
But then the other, I'm like, because I don't. He's always like, "Man, you're such a better player than you're scoring." It's like I don't care.
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, I mean, maybe you should." I'm like, no, you don't want to. Like, you want to go out here and play and talk? Because if I'm concentrating playing golf, I will not say a word.
Yeah, because I'm concentrating.
For 4 hours.
Yeah.
Because that's how I play. Of like, I'm quiet. Of thinking about my shit. You want to talk about what that grass looks like?
Yeah.
We can have that conversation, or I can play golf.
Yeah.
That's the options.
No, I get it. The golf game is quite fun to me when you're talking.
Yeah,
because it's like
should be busting balls, man.
Yeah, that's what it's. You're there to have fun with your pals, not really, not trying to shoot my best round here. Now I'm trying to do, I'm trying to not play like a piece of shit, but
you're trying to make a birdie.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Because you just hold that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, make some putts.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just for fun, having a good time.
Yeah.
So I got something. I know I brought up this new gas station worker by my house a few times ago, and he's not bright, and he says things, and it's like he almost tries to pick like an argument. So it happened again, and I go in. It's Monday night. Obviously, my team played Monday night. I go in there after work, and I'm wearing a Broncos shirt to go through this rundown again. I'm buying a pop for my wife and I, and he goes,
to share?
Yeah, we had two straws. Broncos fan, huh? And obviously he doesn't. He's not going to remember me. I don't go in there, very much, and he doesn't work every day. Broncos fan, huh? Yeah. He goes, sorry. I was like, yeah. We went through. In my mind, I'm like, man, we went through this already. Yeah. He goes, oh no, so this was Tuesday. Sorry, this was Tuesday. So they had already won. They already won Monday night. I wear it again on Tuesday. goes, sorry. I was like, oh, they won last night. It's better. He goes, I don't think they did. I was like, they did. I watched the game. They won. He goes, He does that. And I'm like, okay. He goes, no, they didn't. I'm like, I was like, okay. And he's like, he goes, who'd they play? I was like, the Bills. He goes, oh, there's no way they beat the Bills. I was like, I said they did. They did. And he just like looks at me and he goes, I'm a Giants fan. And I'm like, okay. He goes, so I know what it's like to have a shitty team. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, I still don't think they won. And I'm like, oh my God. I just paid for it and I left. He's like, have a good day, man. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, what are you trying to pick a fight? But again, he said the words, but I don't really watch. I was like, then why are you trying to pick a fight with somebody who's actually a fan?
We don't have to converse at all.
Mm-mm. It was 2 pops. It's not like I asked for like tobacco off the shelf or anything like that. I said, hey, how's it going? Ring it up, pay for it. Thanks. Have a good day. That could have been the end of it. No, Broncos. And I was like, I knew he was going to try and talk to me. That's why I was very short. But then he's like, no, I don't think they did. I was like, why did I say that? I should have said, yep, they suck, and just kept on walking. But I'm like, man, what an idiot.
It's such a... You need to get a relationship like the one I have with the guy at the BP.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite humans.
Because he doesn't say anything?
Nothing.
Nice.
We don't talk to each other.
Nice.
And I do get tobacco products.
Yeah.
I walk in.
He just knows what you get.
Grab the champagne of energy.
Yeah.
Out of the cooler. Sit it on the counter. He already has my smokes on the counter. Because they have to scan your ID every time down there.
Mm-hmm.
I already have my ID out, and he just bing, bing, bing. Put the card in, pull it out, walk out.
Nice.
Every single day for 4 years.
That's a good worker. Really good worker. My favorite, I love nobody really, unless you get some of the morning ladies in there, and they're not real chatty, they just say good morning.
Yeah.
Or I'll take you here, what, depending on how many of the husky workers, or not fat workers, but the company.
The company husky.
The company husky, the refinery workers are
some
in
of them
there.
are husky.
Some of them are
some
of them. But other than that, like, they're really cool in there. They don't say shit. They're nice. But fucking, and most of the ones at the Circle K are, they're nice. They don't say anything. They try to get you to, buy stuff at the counter. I'm like, I don't want the $4 single Reese cup. Okay, I bought the $6 king size one. Okay, so I don't want I don't want that one. Yeah, I don't get the relationship of. I'm like, I know I'm a fan. I would know if they won.
Yeah.
You don't even watch. So why are you
I don't
arguing?
follow sports.
Yeah, exactly. He goes, I'm a Giants fan, but I wouldn't really consider me a fan because I don't really watch football. I was like,
so you're not?
So you're not a fan then. You know that there's a team called the Giants. Yeah. That's it.
Because you liked Iron Giant and it matched up.
Yeah. Yeah, or the Little Giants.
Bunch of bitches.
Well, you said you had an altercation at the pony cake.
Yeah, but first off, the fucking Little Giants bothered. I like the movie. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
I get so fucking upset that they're coaching from the same sideline.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand what you're doing it that way so you can have the interaction there and stuff like that. It's Pee-wee football and all that. But, like, hey, come on. Like, this, like, you didn't even try. Okay, so this didn't involve me. I was just a witness.
Oh, okay.
Just a witness as I stopped at the keg of pony.
Yeah.
It's pretty busy.
Yeah.
So I'm like 6 deep, and there's 2 kids. I mean, old enough to buy alcohol.
Yeah.
Like college students. I know they go to college. One girl said she was from Florida. Cute. Other guy, I don't know where he's from, but Toad.
Oh, I mean, makes sense. Yeah.
He's probably 5'4", and like stocky, with like curly hair, like smackable.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm waiting. She's got 2 bottles of wine. He's got one of those, what are the little round drink shot things? They look like a ball. They're like red.
Oh, I know. I don't know what they're called, but I know what you're talking about.
She's got 2 bottles of wine, and they're paying separately. She's got 2 bottles of wine. He's got one of those and a box of Magnum condoms.
Nice.
So I'm like,
nice.
All right.
Okay.
This is, hey.
You haven't been dating long.
Here we go.
Yeah.
don't need it.
Yeah.
I can tell right now from your stature.
Yeah. You're not leaning anyway.
You ain't doing that. But so as they go up, must be like a newer girl, so like she's IDing, doing all that. And I get it. They look young.
Yeah.
They all young. But rings up one of her wines and it doesn't register like it's in the system. So the owner has to come out and then, as opposed to just like for fucking $20, whatever.
Yeah.
Walk it down, bring another. So all this time's going and they're talking. And I'm getting a little
annoyed.
Like,
yeah, come on.
First of all, like you were like, they have 2 registers there because they have a drive-through. Like the owner was like, could see me of like, hey man, maybe just check me out over here.
Yeah.
So they're talking. And the first thing said is the girl with the wine, they're talking about age because she's seen how old she was and said, born in 2002. And then, this goes on and it says, ooh, getting close to 3,000. And the girl behind the counter goes, yeah, we are. I'm like, we are. We're 900.
Yeah.
We're 976, getting to be 76 years away from that.
Yeah.
Like it.
They were
fucking Romans.
Yeah. We're close to 3,000.
Yeah. Fucking 1,000 years away. All right. That was
shit.
That was one. And then, and then. Paid with change.
Yeah.
And then she gets out of the way.
Yeah.
And is,
yeah.
refuses bag.
Yeah. For some reason. Yeah.
Can't hold anything.
Mm-hmm.
So standing there. Then he goes up to check out. And she says, the lady behind the counter says something to him.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl is maybe like partial Cuban or something like that.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, is this because I'm brown? Of which, that's a great fucking joke.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. She wasn't talking to you.
Yeah.
Nor was it even anything that was.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like, I like where your head's at. But
yeah.
What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
So as he clocks his magnums out of like total show move.
Yeah, exactly.
Total show
they haven't
move.
been dating long.
Like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
And then his, whatever, fucking $7. And it's he's all $1 bills and like straight.
Yeah.
Get that out of like, Jesus Christ. I mean, and it's.
Yeah.
I think I'm in there for like 6 minutes at this point. Like it is like I have spent some fucking time in here. And now I'm starting to boil up a little bit.
Yeah.
So then I get back to the vehicle and they obviously beat me out, obviously. They back out and then go straight to the road to try to fucking turn left on Shawnee Road.
Oh, my God.
Crossing the heavily trafficked 2 lanes with a turn lane that's fucking 3 miles long of like.
What are you doing?
And they've got me partially blocked in that I can't back out.
Yeah.
Oh, like, I mean.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
But the getting close to 3,000.
Yeah, and then she agreed.
And her confirming it. Yeah, we are. We're nowhere close to. I mean, what are you talking about?
We're not even a little bit.
Not even
a little bit. That brings up. I was listening to KFC. Him and Big Cat or whatever. There is it. Pardon my take that they do together.
PFT.
Yeah, not KFC. PFT. Yeah. They're interviewing Nate Bargatze, and Nate goes, he's like, isn't it? He goes, it's weird the kids born like nowadays they're going to live to see the year 3000, and they're like, wait, no, like 2100, and Nate goes, oh fuck yeah, he goes, I've said that in 3 different shows. He's like, I'm stupid. He goes, Jesus Christ, I'm dumb.
It is shocking how many people say that. I'm like, do you not know how what numbers work?
Yeah.
Dude, the one that gets me the most And it's people trying to use simple math of moving decimal points.
Mm-hmm.
When they're like, Bill Gates, there's 330 million people in this country, and he's worth fucking $100 billion. He can give everybody $1 million. It's like, nope.
No, he can't.
Sure, just move the decimal. How is that not right? Do the fucking math. It's like $10.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're an idiot. Yeah, wow. People are dumb.
There's going to be somebody listening to this show going, no, that checks out.
That checks.
He's got, yeah. It only cost him $330 million.
Yeah.
For 330 people.
Yeah.
There's 300 million. Give everybody $1.
Mm-hmm. God. Yeah. No, but the 3,000 thing, that's funny because I listened to that on. They were talking to him. It was funny. Jeez.
It was one of those ones of like, well, she's from Florida. I'm from Florida. Like, I can kind of tell.
Yeah.
Because this guy, I mean.
Yeah. He's a Florida guy.
You're buying bottles of wine. You're 22.
Mm-hmm.
Buying bottles of wine?
Yeah.
For college?
That's weird. That's weird in itself.
Yeah.
Was it the Moscato wine? Had the barefoot on it, the foot on it?
No. It wasn't that high end. Whatever the cheapest shit they had.
Yeah, I mean, that's not expensive.
No.
Yeah.
A little higher class than.
Yeah.
They have commercials and stuff.
I think that's the first time that I ever remember, like, drinking is when we lived in the trailer.
Yeah.
The guy his sister lived with us, she would get the pink Moscato or whatever it was called, and she wouldn't keep it in the bottle. She would pour it in like a pitcher.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why. And like I thought it was pink lemonade, and I drank the whole pitcher.
Didn't dawn on you that was.
And I'm like on my third glass, and she goes, "Who drank all my wine?" I was like, "I don't know. I didn't even see wine in there." She's like, "It was in the pitcher," and I was like, "Ooh. No, that was me." I thought it was pink. She goes, "It doesn't even taste like pink lemonade." I'm like, "I wouldn't have been able. I haven't had pink lemonade in forever." Just assumed.
Maybe it turned.
Yeah, I just assumed. I've never had wine before. I just assumed this, to buy old pink lemonade. Yeah,
I've never understood. Like, I'll drink wine. I'll drink anything because I'm a scumbag. But I like the people that fucking love wine. Mm-hmm. This one girl, man, she loved it.
Yeah,
like just fucking loved it. But like the Merlots, like the really dry. Have you ever had a dry?
Yeah, it's nasty. It doesn't taste. It tastes horrible.
It's like putting a napkin in your mouth. Of like,
it's nasty.
That's what she loved. Of like, what do you?
There's like 5 or 6, maybe 4 or 5 couples or whatever. We went to a Halloween party at one of the wineries close here.
Yeah.
And we dressed up. Well, there's like 1 billion people in this little fucking room. So me and Luke, we stood outside with this one chick stands outside and she starts like hitting on me a little bit and everything. Like we were talking about wine. I'm just making jokes about wine. Like I don't know anything about wine. And then she like gets super in depth with the wine. I'm sure Luke remembers this. And like then Molly, and then like I was like, oh no, like my girlfriend's there. Whatever. Molly walks out, and then like she's still talking to me about wine, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know anything, and walks away. Luke's like, man, like she was hitting on you, and I'm like, yeah, I know, but I don't know anything about wine. I don't know what this conversation was. She just happy? Was she just happy to tell me about wine? Like I'm not even drinking wine right now. Like I don't even know what the hell's going on. But she went into like because she goes, well, what one are you drinking? I'm like, white. She goes, there's like a bunch of different whites. And I'm like, this one. Like, I don't know. I was like, it's a bit earthy. And she goes, no, white's not really earthy. It's more sweet. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just saying terms that I've heard before.
I don't know.
Associated with wine.
It
She's
really
like,
tastes the dirt of Napa.
Yeah. She's like, mine's more earthy. You want to I'm like, no, mine tastes fine, I guess. I don't know.
And like, I want to say this to fucking winos. Unless you're Gary V, where he tells stories of actually tasting dirt to see if he can pick it up. If you haven't put dirt in your mouth, don't tell me it tastes fucking earthy. What do you know? You don't know what the earth tastes like. You fucking licking soil, you fucking weirdo.
Oh my God, yeah. I remember that. That's funny. I'm like, I don't know what she wanted from me. I don't know anything about wine. Maybe she's just happy to talk about wine. I don't know.
Hints of sage.
I was dressed as a fireman, so it's not like I look like a. I don't know. It's not like I look presentable. That was my class. I was wearing a children's fireman's hat that was way too small that just sat on top of my head.
That's awesome.
I had red suspenders on and khakis and a blue shirt. I was not
Like, you didn't even make an effort.
No,
really.
like, this was it. No, I mean, Molly drew Sharpie circles on a white T-shirt and was like the Dalmatian. So it's not like we really like tried on these fucking things.
That's it. You know, we're going here to drink, and apparently you want us to have a costume on.
Oh, this was a big deal. We're gonna go to the costume party. There's like 8 people dressed up.
Yeah,
and it was us. It's like, oh, okay.
You can't go to a costume party with a bunch of fucking wine bags.
Yeah, they're not gonna dress up.
No,
they're too prim and proper.
Look at this.
Yeah,
I love wine. I live in Ohio. Fuck you. They don't make wine here. I mean, they do, but they ship grapes in from fucking Afghanistan. I don't know. Not even the good shit. Can't afford California grapes.
Afghan. I've heard about the Afghan grapes.
I mean, they're good with weed and poppy.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they be able to grow grapes?
That's a good point.
Good cash crop for them. The wintertime harvest.
Wintertime harvest.
But fucking man, like people, I remember this one lady. She used to stop by, like older lady, and she always drank wine at the club. And it's talking to this one guy who was super into wine, and she was telling him about her collection of wine she started, and it was all white wines.
Oh,
and he's like, "You can't do that." And she's like, "What?" And she had hundreds of bottles.
Oh, geez.
Like they were very well off.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't keep white. It just turns into vinegar.
Yeah.
Like after, like they have expiration dates. Like you have certain, there's only certain kinds of wine that you can just keep forever.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's funny.
And her face was like, oh, like So you're not into it. Like you should have, like
known
for
that.
sure look that up.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's funny.
The internet exists. Like do that.
I don't know if you were at, I mean, you would have been around. I don't know if you were at the golf course we worked at together for full time yet, but I'm sure you know, but Campy used to walk in and ask for wine at like the outings.
Always.
I was like, do we even have that?
We used to in a box.
Yeah. I'm like, it's 8:30. Why are you old Italian bastard?
Yeah, could you be any more Italian? And some fresh mozzarella with your wine? What the fuck? It's a golf course.
Yeah, what do you expect from us? And I remember being in there as like the cart kid, just sitting in the restaurant till the outing took off, you know? And like the lady behind the working in the kitchen, she's like, oh, we have beer.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, he's like, I'll just wait till Daryl gets here.
Yeah.
I was like, is he coming with the wine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he know?
That was, I think I said this before, like George, obviously his family's super Italian. From Italy.
Yeah.
Actually on a boat.
He's so Italian, I don't know if I can pronounce his last name. That's
so Italian that's not his last name.
Okay. All right. There we go.
His last name has about 8 to 10 more letters.
Okay.
The real last name.
Yeah.
Then the old Ellis Island, they said, we can't say this shit. Pop it up right there.
Chop it right off.
He can't even say it.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
But he tells me, he's like, obviously, super Italian family, a lot of Italians. He's like, big wine people.
Yeah.
He goes, they don't use wine glasses.
Yeah.
Like, this is bullshit. He goes, all of them. He goes, anybody that is Italian, they use like those little, like those
Scotch
almost
glasses.
Yeah, not even that. Not even Scotch glasses.
Okay.
They're the small, almost like for like you get it older places for beer.
Oh, okay.
Holds like
yeah.
5 ounces. It's like a little, like just a little small cylinder.
Yeah.
That's what they drink wine out of.
That's funny.
And that's what his dad would do. He had that glass, he'd take a bottle of wine, and as a snack, he would get just pieces of mozzarella.
That's funny.
He'd eat a thing of mozzarella and drink wine.
That's Italian.
Like, that is like, to him, man, that is.
Yeah, that's.
You are Italian.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny.
But on the circle back of like, I've been catching a lot of shit lately.
Yeah.
And it's not justified. That is the proper way to do it.
No. It's so not. It's not. I mean, it's not. But you do what you do. You've been doing it obviously for quite some time, so you're not going to change now.
No.
But it is odd. It is odd.
I've walked outside to start my vehicle in the morning that way sometimes. My road's pretty busy.
Yeah.
And I walk out the front door, not the back door.
That's funny. It's good. It's good stuff. Oh, man. So, football news, I guess breaking even in the last 3 hours, I think. 4 hours now, probably. Harbaugh just drops the case. I'll just take my suspension.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit off the air. It's like, your lawyer said, like, the judge isn't going to grant you the pardon. Like, you're going to get, so you might as well drop it. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, you weren't going to win.
No.
They have you.
Yeah, I mean.
You don't want to admit that to the public, but they didn't do that with nothing. And and I don't think they should have done that. I think that was my whole thing on the punishment is they got to stop doing the stupid petty shit of we're going to suspend you for
the
games.
game day. That's stupid. It's so dumb.
So I can coach all week. Okay. I can probably just call somebody in the booth.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because they're not putting regulations on that.
No.
I just can't be at the stadium.
And technically it said sideline.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
You think for that game in Michigan Stadium that they're not going to have something set up for that? Okay.
Yeah.
But I get so tired of that. We'll vacate some wins. Well, we all seen them win. That doesn't mean anything.
I hate the vacating the wins.
And I still say, hey, I watched Louisville win that fucking championship.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Michigan's Fab Four make it to the Final Four. Mm-hmm. And they don't have those banners up.
Yeah.
So go fuck yourself. It happened.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Reggie Bush win a Heisman.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, what are we talking about?
It makes no sense.
But when it's shit like this...
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like the scholarship thing because you're punishing the kids.
You're not punishing him.
Yeah.
No.
Do it like the NFL.
Fine his ass.
Hit their Jim, that's going to cost you $500,000.
Yeah. Fine his ass.
And Michigan, 2 years, 10% of your cut.
Yeah.
Your cut check.
Yeah.
So it's like $6 million a year, $7 million a year.
Yeah.
So you doing this, $14 million.
Yeah, I hate the suspensions.
And it's not fine. Like, we're not asking you to write us a check.
No.
You're just not getting all of it.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
I don't like the suspension whatsoever. If again, I like that's a good point with the do it like the NFL does. Fine them.
Yeah.
I like that.
Guy's making $8 million.
Yeah.
I mean,
my thing is, again, don't agree with the suspension because you don't know anything. I don't like, again, we talk about it on here a lot of, everybody is now guilty until proven innocent instead of the other way around. So you need to one, let the NCAA do their thing. You doing this, you got pushed into it by the media.
Yeah.
And everybody else, you felt forced to do something or you thought other shit was going to happen. So that's stupid by the Big Ten. And the next thing is, if you're going to suspend them, fucking suspend them.
Yeah. You're done for the year.
You're done for the year. You are not coaching anymore. No practice, nothing like that. You're done. That's what a suspension is.
And don't be a bitch and do it when he's on the plane of which you knew when he was in the air.
Exactly.
And they do that shit. And I heard Greeny talk about this. He says they do this stuff on a Friday afternoon news dump like it's 1984.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't happen. Like news happens. The internet exists.
The fucker had a whole week to make his announcement.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
And it's one of those, and I get him saying that because he wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
You know, many people have said, and we talked about this before, of like judges, they don't like getting involved in something that's not a legal matter.
Not a legal thing, yeah.
It's like, hey, you guys are these aren't any laws that were broken. These are just things that in your business are deemed not good. Deal with it your fucking self.
Yeah. I hate all of it. Wait till the fucking's over. Let him do his thing.
Yeah.
And then take action of it.
Take his money.
Because
here's what the NCAA and what a lot of people, they want them to step in of like, the NCAA will do their investigation. They're slow as shit and they're terrible at what they do.
Yeah.
But they have bylaws. They can, here's what our findings. They submit that to Michigan. Michigan has 90 days to respond.
Yep.
Season's over.
Yeah.
So by the time they're done with all this, they'll come down with their sanction. They'll get something.
Yeah.
But it will be
February.
No, fuck no. It'd be lucky if it's done before next season.
Okay.
But the NCAA, what they're good at is they're going to punish the kids.
Yeah.
And they're going to punish kids that aren't even on the team
yet.
right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. it doesn't make it.
You know, like the whole Jim Tressel when he gets fired for tattoos or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Urban Meyer comes in of like, those kids go at 12-0 and they're on a bowl ban.
Yeah.
For discounted tattoos for trophies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What did they do?
Yeah. These guys.
Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing. Yeah. It's stupid. All of it's dumb. Let it go. I mean, again, the way you suspended him doesn't, if you're wanting to hurt Michigan or punish Michigan, you didn't do, you get to prep the whole week.
Yeah.
And this is week, what are we in? 9?
What, 10?
Week 10?
It's only 2. This game and the next game, and we're done with the freaking regular season.
Week 10? You don't think that they know what they're doing by now?
Yeah. You
think they really need him to prep? Michigan does the same shit every week. We're going to run the ball down your throat, and we're going to stop you on defense. It's a formula that's been working for them for the last 2 years.
The only thing you did without him on your sideline is you ended your quarterback's chances at a Heisman.
Yeah. And you are now going to lose your offensive coordinator, offensive line coach to a different university next year.
Yeah, probably.
He's now going to get a head coaching job at some college next season. And if he doesn't,
he's 4-0.
Yeah.
Won as many games as you have this year.
Exactly. And he does it his way.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I watched that Penn State game. Man, they're good at running the football. Man, Michigan's good at running the football.
I'm going to tell you this right now, though. I listened to a guy that, you know, he's a nobody, and he breaks down film, and I don't have the time to do it, so I'm not doing it. But he brought this up. He's like, just watch their film of before the allegations came out and then after the allegations came out.
Mm-hmm.
Before the allegations came out, every one of his passes was first read, second read.
Mm-hmm.
Since the allegations came out, he's been scrambling and running.
Yeah.
Of like,
no,
that's something.
No, it's something.
That's something.
It's something.
It's not everything.
No.
But it's something. Now, their problem was they couldn't block Penn State.
Yeah.
He was just running for his fucking life. I mean.
Yeah.
But then again, then they just said, hey, you're not winning the Heisman this year because we just can't trust it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not a Heisman winner if they don't say, hey, go win us a game.
Yeah. That's the problem. You know, Michigan's success, he gets them out of, he's capable enough to get them out of sticky situations.
Yeah.
He can scramble. He can get rid of the ball. Legs. Does a good job with that. But you're winning games based off of you running the football, controlling the clock, and playing solid defense. That's been your success.
Yeah.
Now, McCarthy had a good game against Ohio State last year because you play fucking man coverage and you get toasted.
You ran the same. Manny Diaz just took a playbook out of Ohio State from last year with crazy pressure.
Yeah.
And, you know, they just happen to have better defense than Ohio State had with it. They actually got home. Like Ohio State blitzed and couldn't get home. But every one of their plays was a fucking zero blitz of, hey, if you don't make that tackle, it's touchdown. And that's what and that's exactly what happened to Ohio State last year of like,
and
here's a 50-yarder.
And then
and what the one touchdown was on the when they went for it, James Franklin is, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The going forward in your own territory on 4th down, 4 minutes left when Michigan hadn't moved the ball on you.
Yeah, they haven't done anything.
They haven't moved the ball. They just been punting.
Yeah. You fumbled, and that was what their other score was.
You gave them the game.
Yeah. Yeah, Penn State doesn't have enough on offense to.
Did Michigan drive the field and score at all?
Once.
The other two were short fields, two turnovers, basically.
Yeah, basically. I think second quarter or early third quarter,
they drove
down the field and scored.
Their first possession in the second half.
Yes.
Because neither one of them have given up any points in the third quarter. I remember that.
Yeah. They didn't score a touchdown. They kicked field goal.
Yeah.
Penn State only get 3 points. Yeah. I mean, it was down. But again, Penn State doesn't have enough on offense. Quarterback, there's no weapons for him.
Right.
Your best weapons are running backs, and you don't do anything to get them the ball that's not handing it to them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of easy to play defense against you.
Yeah.
You're not going to make a play. I'm going to play that dude man up, and I'm going to put, 7 in the box. You can't do anything now.
Yep.
Because you can't get open. Quarterback's not going to make the right throw. It is what it is. Which is going to, I'd like to see, now I still think Michigan is going to beat Maryland, obviously, but I'd like to see what Michigan's defense does against somebody who can kind of throw the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
And Maryland throws the ball quite a bit.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
It'd be just interesting how they play it. If it's any different. Now, they're going to still win by 2 scores. I mean, 2-3 scores, they're still going to beat them. I just want to see how they play it.
Yeah. My thing is on the offensive side, and I'll say this a lot because I like to say it because it matters in the NFL, so that means it matters in college.
Mm-hmm.
Get your ass under center. Run the fucking ball downhill. You have probably two of the best running backs in the Big Ten on Penn State.
Oh, yeah.
And you're running this zone stretch plays.
Mm-hmm.
Get under center. You were dominating the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
Let them run.
Yeah.
And then pass off play action, because if the quarterback comes from under center and turns his back to the defense,
mm-hmm.
it's a problem.
Yeah.
Because the linebacker has to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
The safety has to make just a split second.
Yeah.
But maybe you can complete a pass, and they only run shit for 4-yard passes for
some odd reason.
It's fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a guy that can run down the field.
No shit.
And here's my other problem. They ran that T formation against Ohio State when they get down in the red zone. And I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah.
But they did it against Ohio State, and they did it a bunch against Michigan. You don't have anything off of that?
Yeah.
You just ran the same plays every time.
Yeah.
You're running it left or right or a dive.
Yeah.
You don't have one fucking fake to a pass out of that formation?
Yeah.
Because that's what I was
waiting for. Yeah.
You're down inside the 10, ran it once, ran it twice, line it up again. They're going to fake it.
Yeah.
And they're going to sneak it tight. Somebody's sneaking out, and it's going to be wide the fuck open.
Yep.
Nope, ran it.
Yep.
Of like,
yeah.
I've seen you run that formation 12 times, and you've ran the same play every time.
Yeah.
Then that takes you back to the 2-point conversion play, which is just dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
But the decision, anyways, of
dumb.
What do you going to get it to a 7-point game?
At the end of the first half? The one at the end of the first half pissed me off. That was terrible. Pissed me off more than the other one.
The one in the first half is, what are you chasing points in the first half for?
Yeah, it's the first half.
Just kick the field goal.
Yeah.
Or kick the...
Yeah. Kick the extra point.
But the one at the end of the game, like, if we get it, we're down 7. Yeah, but if you don't, you're down 9.
Yeah.
You're turning it into a...
2-possession game.
Kick the extra point. It's a 1-possession game. Get the 2-point conversion when you get the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Well, the analytics say if you go for it here, you know what you have to do. Hey, there's 3 fucking minutes left.
Yeah.
You got 1 possession left.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Uh-huh.
Make it a 1-possession game.
Yeah. No, it was stupid. Stupid there.
But then again, what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Guys 10-2 every year.
Yeah.
You're not, he's not on Ohio State and Michigan's level. Penn State is not that.
No. And they're not going to be.
No.
They may knock them off once every 5-6 years.
You get a real fucking problem when Oregon comes in next year.
100%. Yeah, big problem.
I think, because everybody said, maybe Texas A&M's going to hire him away, or because they just have shit. Why would you leave?
Exactly.
You have Nike.
Mm-hmm.
You're building a brand. Their fucking defense flies.
It's fun. God, it's fun to watch.
They fly around.
Yep.
He's building a team the way Georgia built their team.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, it's the SEC. Yeah, but this is a Big Ten. They have more money than you.
Yeah. And
let's not even compare
let's go ahead
contracts.
And let's go ahead and say it. This is an easier conference.
Yes.
You're going to have a chance to play for the Big Ten title next year.
And I heard Cowherd say this about the not on the field, because obviously the SEC,
Yeah.
But the Big Ten is going to make so much more money than the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
He said, look at their schedules for next year.
Yeah.
Those fucking you got Michigan, USC, Oregon, Ohio State.
Yep.
Wisconsin,
Yeah.
I mean, it is every week there's going to be one of those games.
Yep.
Of Then you look at the SEC of
Mm-hmm.
Who you play? You got Georgia has 2 games this year.
Mm-hmm.
This week they're all playing FBS teams.
Yeah. Makes sense. It's weird. No, I like what you said there. I find it very funny and kind of arrogant and stupid that Texas A&M thinks that they are a quality enough program to take away coaches from programs that they're at. Like, I saw something tweeted out after they fired Jimbo. It was like, early names for Texas A&M job was Dan Lanning from Oregon, Lane Kiffin, a couple of, I was like, who do they think they are? Ole Miss is a better.
They'll get Lane Kiffin.
You think so?
Yeah.
To me,
Ole Miss is nothing.
I think it's a better. They don't have the money, no, but it's a better program than what Texas A&M is.
Is it though?
I think so. I think so. Yes, because you're the best school in your state now. Mississippi State sucks
shit about that.
recruiting wise, because or Ole Miss isn't beating out any of the big dogs in recruiting wise, but you can win your state.
Yeah, but who's coming out of Mississippi?
I get that as well, but at the same time, you're losing all of your Texas recruits to other schools, and you're still losing it to Texas.
Yeah,
and that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
Money wise, you're right. Texas ain't way more money, but I just don't see them as a.
That's who they think they are.
Yes.
They're exactly who they think. Hey, we got a shit ton of money, and we're going to make you say no.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I don't think Lane Kiffin will say no. I think he'll go there.
He might.
Because that's just who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's not, Ole Miss ain't got what it takes for him to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
He's never been successful, for one.
Mm-hmm.
Offense is great, but it's just, they just don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's... fucking Dabo comes up in that. That would be just hilarious.
That would be funny.
With all the Clemson fans giving him shit. It's like, who do you think you guys were before he was there?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean...
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
It is I'm going to flip back to Michigan here for a second. Dude, the fucking arrogance and ego of Michigan people.
Yeah.
Like I seen... Like Paul Feinbaum said, I seen the clip of him saying that of like,
you're not a better program.
You're not Ohio. You act like you're Ohio State and you're not Ohio State. He's like, you go to anybody with Harbaugh not being in the headlines. When they talk college football, Ohio State gets mentioned because they're in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
They've won championships.
Yeah.
Because you get like Michigan is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You won a half a championship in 1997 or 98, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
The last one before that was 1948.
Yeah.
Your greatest coach of all time never won.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Never won it.
Nope.
Like,
mm-hmm.
What
are you doing?
But you have 3 Heisman trophies.
Uh-huh. One's a defensive player.
Yep.
And they were all kind of in the same span.
Yeah. You have Desmond, you have Charles, and who's the third one?
Probably somebody back.
Third one, I was back in the
back in the day.
Of like, you're not like you're irrelevant to college football.
Yeah.
The only time you make the news is when this shit happens.
Yeah. 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 You made a good point.
Yeah. It's like, what do you like? Who do you think you are? I don't understand it.
No, I get it.
Well, we have the most wins ever. It's like, you started playing college football in 1890.
Before anybody started playing college football. You were beating Yale.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gosh. I thought the rankings were odd. Because I thought if you're going to drop Ohio State, do it after the Rutgers fiasco.
Yeah.
With them dropping. You have to,
it needed to happen. I thought
it shouldn't have, you can say what you want. They had the resume or whatever, but they should have been number one when they first came out with the rankings anyway. Because when you watch them play, they're not a number one team.
Well, and when they do the final ranking, they always say, hey, we just watched the game and they look like, at no point did Ohio State look like the best team in the country. No. They just haven't.
No.
I'm not saying Georgia did either.
No.
Michigan did.
Yeah, Michigan did.
I like that Brandon Walker said, he goes, they're just a bunch of pussies because they should have dropped Georgia and had Michigan 2.
Yeah.
And then, hey, let's push this 1-2 matchup.
I honestly thought that's the way they were going to go.
I kind of thought that too.
Because I was like, well, they won't drop Ohio State. They have them there and they won again, so they're not going to drop them. Michigan beats a ranked team. And I was like, oh, yeah, 1-2 going in. This is like, what, 06?
Yeah.
When they were 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Like, push that 1-2 thing. I thought that was what they were going for.
I did too.
And I was like, oh, okay, you guys really should bet on this one.
And then you always get they're just propping Ohio State up, so if they lose, they still get in. Because, the one team lost to the 3 team. Are we really going to drop them?
Yeah, the only reason that happened last year is because
everybody lost.
Everybody lost. Now you're going to be in a conundrum with there's a couple one-loss teams, especially if Alabama beats Georgia in the SEC championship game. You have undefeated Florida State. You're going to have a bunch of different.
That is my dream scenario. Is for Washington to win out, Florida State to win out, Ohio State or Michigan, either way.
Yeah.
Undefeated. Alabama beats Georgia.
Yeah. You leave out.
You leave Alabama out, they just won the SEC.
You're not.
You leave Georgia out? Kind of have to. I just mainly just for fucking Twitter.
Yeah.
Of the fucking 27 games in a row, 30 games by the time it gets to that point. 2 straight national champions. We don't even make. We have one loss in 2 years.
Yeah.
And we don't even make the playoff.
Yeah.
Them's the breaks.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a fucking scenario that's going to happen.
And then you have a 1-loss Alabama conference champion. And I hope in Texas as a 1-loss, and Texas fucking beat Alabama by double digits in Alabama.
Yep.
That game never happened.
Nope. Because
that's already Alabama's a different team. It's like
that's 8 weeks
maybe
ago.
Texas different team. I mean,
yeah. No, it's going to be. It's going to be.
Unfortunately, fucking chaos is going to happen, and it's going to be. Well, these are like the only 4 teams that we can actually put in here.
Yeah.
And like I watched Joel Klatt's. I love Joel Klatt's breakdown of the rankings because he goes all in, ripping the SEC, ripping the playoff committee for the SEC.
Yeah,
about being horse shit. He's like, Pac-12 is the best conference in the country right now. The SEC's not as good as they were. Up at the top, they're pretty good. Yep. The rest of it, he went nuts on Missouri still being ranked in the top 10.
Yeah.
Because they have 2 losses and they have no wins.
Yeah.
They have their biggest win is Tennessee.
Yep.
Who just got fucking boat raced. And they still have Tennessee ranked 17.
Yeah.
Well, they got this top 20 win, and he says they put Tennessee there so they could prop Missouri there so you can make the SEC bigger because Alabama and Georgia have wins over that program or this of it. Like it just He says, don't look at the top. You got to look here at the bottom because that's when they start stacking top 20 wins.
Yep.
Of like, Tennessee is fucking terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's Notre Dame at? Do you know?
I don't even know that they're ranked.
Yeah. And they have 2 losses. Obviously, the bad one to Clemson and then Ohio State.
No, Louisville. They have 3.
Oh, you're right. They have 3. Yeah, 3. So they probably aren't ranked now.
Louisville's undefeated.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they have 1 loss. They're ranked in the top 15. Ohio State's ranked 2.
Yeah.
They have a loss to Clemson.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird little. I mean, it is. I mean, when you look at it like that, it's
they lost to an SEC team, so that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Like, well,
yeah. No, that's basically what they're saying.
But then he broke down. Basically, he was talking directly to Texas fans of, hey, get prepared because it's coming.
Yeah.
You can already hear hey, man, I wouldn't want to play Alabama right now, which I wouldn't. I mean, Alabama's starting to look
like
it's legit. But we play games for a reason. He says, you're starting to hear the drum beat for Alabama. So there's 3 scenarios. And basically like, hey, if there's 4 undefeated Power 5s, you're not getting in, which you already know that.
Yeah.
And you can't deny that. That's just the way it goes.
Yep.
Said, but now you're getting in situations where there's 2 other scenarios. And the third one is Alabama's going to leapfrog you.
Yeah.
And they're already setting it up to do that.
100%.
Like with the way they're ranking these other teams, Alabama is set up to jump you.
Yeah. I mean, you could make that argument. That's why they pushed Georgia up to number 1.
Yep.
In 3 weeks now when they play each other in the SEC championship game, you would just beat the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah. That's one of those, man, how awesome would it be if you'd have...
Well, that's why we need the 12
Because this year's the year that you need it.
Oh, it'll be so cool.
Ooh, there's some big games.
Oh, yeah, big games, possible upsets. Yeah. I mean, yeah, be fun. That'd be a fun 12-gamer.
And I didn't think about that. The ruling that came out today, James Madison, they can't play in a bowl game because you have to wait 3 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Undefeated. I didn't even think about it because one, it's just stupid. First off, you never have enough teams eligible for bowls.
Yep.
Like you always need somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll give them a waiver to play in one.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just going to be to fill it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even think about this. They go undefeated. Top ranked Power 5, New Year's Six Bowl.
Mm.
We're not going to give James Madison that money.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, we don't have enough teams. You want to play in the Mayo Bowl?
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's fucking coming.
Yeah.
They'll end up getting a game, but it won't be the one that they deserve, if they go.
Yeah. The Mayo
And I don't
Bowl.
understand that. Of like, no, we can't just have people jumping up. And I was like, oh, so a team from a lesser division jumps up, goes undefeated to get you can't have them have a bowl game?
If anything, that's what we should be rewarding.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You guys worked your ass off to get up there.
There should be some relegation shit that happens between these.
Yeah.
All right, North Dakota, come up on. Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
You can't send any more guys to the league as quarterbacks if you're not.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man.
Fucking Browns as the Browns, man.
Fuck. The Browns thing when you...
I'm sorry. Real quick before we get off college football.
Yeah.
Just in case anybody's not paying attention, Washington plays Oregon State this week.
Yeah.
Oregon State's favored.
Yes.
So just throwing that out there. That the number 5, which should be the number 4 team, Florida State. They beat the number 6 team. Who's Florida State beat?
Yeah, nobody.
How are they behind them?
Yeah.
But that was just alarming when I seen that. I'm like,
they're favored.
Fuck, they're not even.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Oregon State can fuck up the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
Because they play Washington this week. They play Oregon next week.
Uh-huh.
Like,
yeah.
Your Pac-12 championship could have meaning goddamn nothing again.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, but the Browns, man. If there was any, there's obviously some people, Browns fans, who still hate Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
After that game Sunday, you had to been a little bit more jumping towards the ship, and then he's done for the fucking year.
I love this just on the conversation a couple weeks ago of non-related injury the last time his shoulder was hurt. Of basically he's a pussy. He doesn't want to play. He broke his fucking shoulder in the second quarter and then went 13 for 13 in the second half and won the game.
Mm-hmm.
Don't call the guy a pussy.
No, he's not a pussy.
So
yeah,
but that was how he doesn't want to play. He's a pussy. No. That was real.
Somebody was like, make him play. You did it to Baker. I was like,
no shit. He played better.
Yeah.
But but man, everybody's forgetting that Josh Dobbs was on that fucking roster.
Yeah. Yep. It's crazy. And Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
And now you're starting either a PJ Walker or a rookie.
They're starting the rookie.
They're starting the rookie.
Yeah.
DTR.
And I'll give him credit because the last time he started and it was shitty.
Mm-hmm.
They still thought Deshaun was playing. He got no reps in practice.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't going to play.
Mm-hmm.
And then had to play.
Yeah.
So that means something.
Uh-huh. You got to get the reps in.
You got to work on the game plan if you're going to be playing quarterback.
Exactly.
That's kind of a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
But and then I heard this breaking down. I think it was on ESPN radio or whatever when I was driving home. Because when Watson plays, the Browns are 5-1.
Yeah.
And then the guy said, I can't remember who it was. Like, you got to stop saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Because of those 5 wins.
Yeah.
One of those games, they defense scored and gave up less than 10 points.
Was that Arizona?
2 of those games, they gave up 3 points.
Well, they held Arizona to like 80 yards of offense or something stupid like that.
Of the 4 of the 5 wins,
mm-hmm.
and the Ravens game being the only one.
Yeah.
Under 10 points in 2 or 3 of those games, under 3 points, and I'm not so sure they didn't fucking shut somebody out.
Yeah. They shut Arizona out.
Yeah, they shut Arizona out, and they held, I think, San Francisco had 10 points. Bengals only had 3.
Yeah.
And then I think there was another 3-point.
Yeah.
And they said on the Deshaun Watson thing of like, he played like shit in the first. He played like shit in all those games.
Yeah.
Played like shit in the first half against Ravens. Breaks his shoulder and plays one good half of football.
Yeah.
He goes, you guys got to stop acting like your season's over.
Yeah.
Like your defense can win games.
Your offense just can't turn the ball over.
Pittsburgh's doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ.
So that's the DTR thing. Hey, hand the ball off, and we're going to design some plays. You are a first read quarterback. If that motherfucker ain't there, run or throw it in the stands.
Yep.
That's your option.
That's your options.
Do not throw interceptions. And they'll make the playoffs. Because their schedule's shit.
Yeah.
Down the line.
Down the line.
They play nobody.
Thank you.
They play Denver?
Right.
Well, I mean, they still play the Bengals too, but Bengals can't beat them.
Yeah. Oh, man. Game tonight. Bengals, Ravens.
It's just going to be close to ending the Bengals season here tonight. I don't think they can beat Baltimore.
Yeah.
They're just,
I think they beat Baltimore tonight.
It's not. It's more of a defensive.
It's a defensive problem.
Their defense is
their back end,
struggling.
Which you lose your 2 dudes in the back end, so you're going to struggle.
You're
going to struggle.
Yeah.
You have a second-year corner, and the other corner. I mean, they're young. Both corners are young.
Yeah.
You have young safeties, so you're going to struggle a little bit. You know, Their defense is, you're not getting the same pass rush you've been.
No, and
Hendrickson has been iffy. Hubbard, I don't know, is Hubbard playing tonight? He's not playing tonight.
You're down Hubbard and you're down T. Higgins.
Yeah. You know, it is what it is. The T. Higgins thing, Crumrow came in and did okay.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
He'll figure it out offensively. But again, you're struggling now towards the end of the season because you can't do one thing. You can't run the football.
No. And I'm not sure that you can't.
No, they don't.
More that you won't.
They won't run the football.
And I mean, he's Mixon's in that 4 to 4.5 per attempt area normally,
but only like 60 yards a game.
Yeah, but it's like 6 carries.
Yeah,
which is, and like you got to do it. I mean, you have to do it.
Yeah,
it's just at some point in time, got to do it.
Yeah,
but their defense is low 20s. In like every category except their number one. They turn the fucking ball over. They're going to get the ball. They are tied for first. They're plus 10 or 11.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, they get the ball.
Yeah.
But it was like last week of, it was one of those, obviously I wanted the Bengals to win, but I wanted CJ Stroud to play really well. I had it both ways.
Yeah.
I was like, well, fucking
did, man.
Fucking end this way.
He's playing well. Playing good ball.
That was the other one was like everybody shitting on Boyd.
Yeah.
Like I understand he dropped a touchdown.
Yeah.
Did you forget 3 minutes earlier Burrow threw an interception in the end zone?
Yeah, exactly.
And the drive before that, he threw an interception in field goal range. So let's fucking tone it down a little bit on Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been pretty good.
Yeah.
He's been pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. I didn't agree with people like, whatever, but
the only thing you can say is, hey, you're professional.
Yeah.
You were wide open. It hit both your hands pretty solidly twice.
Yeah.
Catch ball. But, that is what it is. Drops happen.
Happens.
I mean.
Yeah, happens. And it wasn't his first drop in the game either. He had a couple drops.
Big one.
Big one, yeah.
And I like Burrow said, he's like, well, we're not down there because he had like a 60-yard gain.
Yeah.
2 plays before that.
Yeah. So I sent you my card or whatever on Monday morning.
That's awesome.
It was great. It's fantastic. I felt really good about it too because I didn't use one of the bettors on Twitter to do it. I actually put this together myself.
Yeah.
So the last drive, the Lions have the ball. I need Khalif Raymond. His over was like 13.5 yards. So I had the over on him, but I didn't. He had like 8 yards. And then the tight end, I needed him to have one more catch and 40 yards for the game. All right. Laporta.
Yeah.
Okay. So first play of that drive, they throw a crossing pattern to Raymond, and he takes it 20, 35 yards down the field. I'm like, oh, fuck, this is possible. This is possible. Run, throw it to somebody else. Now it's like 4th and 2. It's the 4th down. They go for it to kind of like seal it to run the clock. And I'm like, oh, man, fuck. They throw it to the fucking tight end for the 6 yards. He had the catch and 6 yards exactly to put it up. I jumped up like I won the fucking Super Bowl. I was like, holy shit. And Molly's like, what? She goes, what? She goes, are you really rooting for the Lions? And I'm like, I just won $900. Like, no, I'm fucking jacked. But I didn't think, I mean, the Khalif Raymond, 13 and a half. I was like, might as well go for it. You know, you can catch one. You gotta
add some balance to it to make it.
Yeah, I had some logistically realistic ones.
Yeah.
Like Laporta has been averaging like 6 catches a game, you know, like 60 yards. I'm like, the 4 for 40, not bad. But yeah, he caught the one. And I'm like, is it 6 yards? Ooh, it's pretty close.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, whatever they gave it to it. He had 40 yards receiving.
Yeah.
I was pretty pumped.
I might.
I hit the $100 one on the last drive of the Bengals game, too.
Yeah.
I needed Chase to have one more catch to lock it in.
Pretty good Sunday.
Yeah, pretty good Sunday.
But those are the ones that I like. I like to do like little parlays of the, hey, $5 get you more of almost like a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Not like a crazy one of, hey, $5 win you $90,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's not hitting.
Well, I knew
but
offensively, those two teams are awesome on offense. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is a fun game to do.
It was like the only one that I really attempted before my account got hacked was I put that together. It was whatever the free bet. So it was a $100 free bet to win $6,000.
Yeah.
And half of my parlay had already hit after the first 2 drives of the game.
Nice.
And then DeMar Hamlin died.
Yeah, that's a good.
Like the only thing I like, Joe Burrow needed like another 6 yards rushing, and Josh Allen needed like 4 yards rushing, and then they just had to have their average passing game because neither one of it wasn't like over 300 yards, it was like over 220.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
Well, they both just marched it right the fuck down the field on each other. So, and the Tyler Boyd anytime touchdown had the first touchdown of the game.
Yeah.
Of like, yeah. Now, the ones that get me are like the $2 bets, and they'll pick the first touchdown scores of each game. The ones that hit of like $2 for like 30 grand.
Yeah.
Like, that is awesome.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, you're also being wildly cavalier with your. It's like, it's only $2. It's like, yeah, but I bet you do that
quite a bit.
Like, you probably have like 6 of the 12 of those. I mean, it's probably $20 a week that you're doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It only takes one.
Yeah. But I'm sure you didn't watch the Broncos game Monday night. I'm sure you didn't stay up and watch that. Did you?
I watched. Well, I didn't. Not all of it. No.
So it ends at half. Denver's up 15-8. Okay. For some reason we can't make extra points during this game. Drives down the field. Denver gets the ball back. Start of the 4th. Like 2 minutes into the 4th, whatever. Bills punt. We get the ball back. 10.5 minutes. So drive down the field. Good, nice long drive. It's like 5.5 minute drive. They score a touchdown with 5 or so minutes left. The punter drops the snap. Missed the extra point.
Yeah.
All right. So it's 21-15. Bills drive down the field, score a touchdown, 22-21, like a minute 50 left. Broncos are driving, hit a couple 4th down plays, and nice plays by Russ. It's 3rd and 2, and Bills, the last 2 plays, it's just been all-out blitzes.
Yeah.
All-out blitzes, Russ throws the ball up. I'm sure you probably saw it on Twitter, the pass interference call.
I didn't see the pass interference. I knew there was one.
So he throws the ball up, and honestly, if he throws it, he has to throw it off his back foot because there's just fucking 30 people coming at him. He throws it off his back foot. If he has a plant foot, it's a touchdown.
Yeah.
Because Judy has this dude beat by 5 or 6 steps.
Yeah.
Underthrows it. Obviously runs into him. Throws the flag. They do a couple kneels. They're out of timeouts. So 25 seconds left or whatever. Run the field goal team out. Plenty of time. Misses it.
Yeah.
Fucking threw my goddamn shirt down. I was pissed. Whatever. Then I saw the flag. DeMar Hamlin was the 12th man on the field. So I was like,
I think it might have been the first game he was active for.
This is the second game he was active for. He's not on the field goal block team, but he had to play the last 4 or 5 drives of the game because the other safety was injured.
Right.
So he's just on the field. 12. I was like, oh my gosh, so lucky. And then obviously knocks it through to win the game. But oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, that sucks for that guy.
and it's funny that came out, and it was after Aaron Rodgers Tuesday. Did you hear like what he said about that situation? And he was just talking about, like the butterfly effect kind of thing of like, if you win that game, Ken Dorsey's not getting fired.
Yeah.
But DeMar Hamlin being he's like the 12th person on the field got the offensive coordinator fired.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah. No,
and then it turns out it's DeMar Hamlin.
DeMar Hamlin, yeah.
Because he told another thing of like, it was something that back when he was in Green Bay, like earlier in his career, like he did this and that caused that, and this caused, like he beats, last second comeback on that guy, this guy gets cut and the coordinator gets fired and then the head coach gets fired and he ends up over here. And it's like, he said it's just like a play could just fucking shatter lives of like, hey, fuck you, you're fired. Like a 12th man on a field goal block team got the offensive coordinator fired.
Yeah.
Because you don't fire guys after wins in the NFL.
No, you don't. But they should have anyway, because
it's terrible.
The fact that they threw the ball more than 12 times that game is stupid, because they were just whatever obviously they don't run the ball, so Denver doesn't prepare for run scheme a whole lot. They're preparing for the pass, and they were just able to gash him here and there. And then you have, you have 5 turnovers.
Yeah.
5 turnovers. You shouldn't even have been in that game, but their defense is stingy.
Yep.
It's odd.
It's on my way over. That was the other thing when I got here. I shut my vehicle off, and then I turn it back on, then I shut it off again.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to Lombardi's podcast on my phone, not on the car. And when I turned it off and opened the door, I'm like, what the fuck is everything still on for? So I'm like, thought my radio was messing. Like, oh, no, it's your phone, dipshit. But like the whole way over here, he's talking about that game and basically the Bills. Yeah. That they're just a shitty team.
Yeah.
Like, stop acting like it's like, he's like, Josh Allen's very good and he creates and he covers up all your scars.
Yeah.
He's like, but you paid Von Miller a bunch of money.
Stupid amount of money.
Show me where he makes an impact. The defensive tackle from Houston.
Yeah, Ed Oliver.
Paid him a shit ton of money. He's good player. But not like you paid him top tier. He's mid.
Yeah. Yep.
He's like, you paid the safety. You pay. He's like, and his whole thing was, you made your whole team to beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
You've got smaller and faster on defense. He says, but like you still play in Eastern New York in an open stadium. Like that, you don't run the ball. And then he's talking about Dorsey and them of like, they don't run an offense.
Yeah.
They run plays. It's like, all right, they're too high. We're going to run this play because this is what you run against too high.
Yeah.
And it's nothing. We're not, they don't do anything to set up anything later. They just
there's
kind of
no scheme.
Yeah. It's just, that's the defense. Here's the play. That if we don't have a play, Josh, just run it.
Yeah.
Or throw, of like, he's like, it's terrible. He said they built the way that the Colts built of get the lead and pass rush. And he says, and that works for the Colts. He said the Colts are way better.
Yeah.
He said, but look at the Colts playoff record. They get outside their stadium. They were 7-9.
Horrible. Yeah.
It doesn't work. He said it's been tried. Everybody tries it.
Yep.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Offensive line, defensive line. That's it.
Yeah. Well, again, when he says you're paying all these weird people, your best defensive player you let go in free agency.
Yeah.
And I know the Bears paid stupid money for that linebacker.
Yep.
But they were at times where he was the only linebacker.
Yeah.
Because he could.
Yeah.
And that made you could play. You had then 5 DBs on the field.
Yeah.
With a pass rush and just him.
You could have paid him because you didn't need Von Miller.
You don't need Von Miller.
You didn't need Ed Oliver.
You paid Matt Milano a ton of money.
Yeah.
And I don't think
he's good.
He's very good. He's good, but he's an edge setter.
Yeah. But it's like, hey, you got a bunch of money here that should have paid the guy you needed to keep here.
Yeah. He was the focal point, man.
But it's pass rush, man. It's fucking sexy.
Yeah.
Of
the Von Miller contract.
Terrible.
Dude was fucking 38 coming off an injury.
And that's obviously, I'm very Lambeau heavy he's like, it's the perfect, every team that thinks they're one player away. Hey, we get this pass rusher. Then when we get the Chiefs down and they got a pass, Patrick Mahomes, we got something for you. He's like, no team is ever one player away.
No.
Because every time they're one player away and they get that player, they never fucking win.
Yeah.
So that's not how it works.
Yeah.
But he's talking about, you've built this team to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You have dumped 2 seasons because of what happened in 13 seconds.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, you are chasing down, and he talked about his experience with that. He came to Cleveland the first time in player personnel. The first time the Broncos beat Cleveland in the AFC Championship.
In the drive? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's the drive. He came in after that year, and then he was there for the fumble.
Yeah.
And he said the next 2 years, we spent all of our time on how to beat the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
And we were getting beat by everybody else. And he says, we should have been looking at, hey, what's Washington do?
Yeah.
Hey, what's Oakland do? Because they were beating the Broncos.
Yeah.
Maybe build the teams like they were building.
Yeah.
Of like, he said, you spend all this time chasing down.
Yeah.
Like, you're chasing down the Chiefs. And you had a home game with the Bengals with 3 backup offensive linemen that came and beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
So
you can't.
You didn't even play the Chiefs.
Yeah, you can't beat the Bengals.
So
yeah,
and they owned you again.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
But Bengals though, like, their schedule is fucking brutal.
It's brutal.
Like,
and they've won some games that they weren't predicted to win.
Yeah,
the Niners win's great. Obviously, the Bills win means a lot, and especially in playoff picture. Like, you need to win tonight because it's the season's. I personally do not believe the season's over tonight. No. Because I don't believe the Browns win out and keep their playoff spot. And I don't think the AFC is as tough as a lot of people because I don't believe in the Chargers.
Well, they're all kind of beating each other up.
Yes. Like, I see the Texans are the ones that sneak in.
Yeah. So here's what the Bengals have. They go Ravens tonight. Then they go Steelers, home against the Steelers, at the Jaguars, home against the Colts, home against the Vikings, at the Steelers, at the Chiefs, home against the Browns. Like, that's a bitch of a schedule.
Yeah, but there's 4 wins there.
Yeah.
At least.
But you're at that, you only got 5 now. So now that only gets you to 9.
Yeah.
And I don't know that 9 gets you.
I don't know either.
It's going to be close.
It's going to be close. Because if you look at that, they can, I believe, one, I think they win tonight. That's my guess.
Yeah.
2,
I think they can sweep.
You either split or sweep the Steelers. One of the two. I would
guess a split because they always split.
You can beat the Colts. Jaguars are going to be tough. You can definitely beat the Vikings. Chiefs, I don't know. If they get better, they get better.
Yeah.
And you never seem to beat the Browns. You don't know where you're at with the Browns. You never seem to beat the Browns.
Can't.
So,
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But they just don't get beat by the Browns. And I'm not just at the beginning of the year, Joe Burrow was hurt, all that. It was fucking windy weather. Okay.
Yeah.
Take that one out.
Yeah.
Last year, they got fucking ass pumped by the Browns.
Yeah. I mean, it's something
the year
about
they went to the fucking Super Bowl, they got ass kicked by the Browns.
Yeah.
Both fucking times.
Both times.
So I don't know what it is.
I don't either. And watch them. They always, again, they are one of the very few NFL teams that seem to play to the level of their competition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So, like, again, you play the Niners. Niners are good. You stepped it up.
Yeah.
Bills, they were coming in. You're supposed to be a good game. You stepped it up.
Yeah.
The Texans, they're not supposed to be up there at the top, and you don't play very well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just seems that way sometimes, whether it is or not. It's probably not. They're in the NFL, but that's the way it seems.
Yeah.
And I don't think that in the NFL you overlook anybody. I don't think that's the way that works. But it doesn't seem like you are calling plays to win the game. It seems like you're calling plays to score touchdowns.
Yeah.
Instead of just playing the game.
Yeah. That was like last week, and coming off of 49ers Bills, where like it was apparent 4 minutes into each of one of those games that the Bengals were the better fucking team.
Yeah.
Of like I understand San Francisco had some people hurt. I get it. But like that game was over fucking instantly.
Yes.
Of like, but
you go back to the Texans game, and they were doing shit. Like Stroud is going backwards, sideways on a 4th or a 3rd and 7 and hitting a dude wide open 25 yards down the field because you thought you had him.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, so it was those plays, and it was like 5 of them.
Yeah.
It wasn't one. He hit Noah Brown wide open 25 yards down the field on a 3rd and long 4 times.
What's the other one? Like people don't talk about obviously the Stroud thing of like that's fantastic. He's doing it's nice to be an Ohio State fan and have a quarterback that's doing something. Now he hadn't done a fucking thing yet.
No, let's
the Texans, the brakes a little bit.
The Texans are shit and we're shit, and he's got them wins. That's what he's done.
That's what he's done.
Yeah.
And D'Amico's doing a great I don't know that you watch that game.
Yeah, I watched the game a little bit. Yeah. Actually all of it.
Fucking Texans defense was flying around.
Yes.
Like when you watched that snap and Burrow dropped back, those guys were fucking moving.
Yes.
Of like, damn.
Uh-huh.
And then obviously, the play call, he brings a guy from San Francisco, so you kind of have that Shanahan tree of like, hey, they're doing exactly what you're supposed to do with a rookie quarterback.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. And he's able to get you out of sticky situations.
Yeah. The only one is just like the Lou Anarumo of like, hey, man, your defense has been kind of gashy this year.
Yeah.
But the thing that's not getting talked about is that was the last pass that could have been completed before the field goal.
Mm-hmm.
That was going to be like a 58-yard field goal.
Yeah, exactly.
And you tried to strip the ball, and he got another 20 yards.
Yes, exactly.
Because they might have ran another play.
Mm-hmm.
But they had to call a timeout, and it would have had to be a 5-yard out.
Yep. And my thing with, like we talked about earlier with the back end, those 3rd and 7s where he's got to throw the ball, those are picked off, or that dude is lit up if it's your 2 starting safeties from last year.
Yeah.
It is. It just, they're good players. They're instinctive players. That ball's in the air. I'm moving now.
Well, because that's what they always did against Mahomes of like, hey, we're just going to rush 2 because we don't think you can throw it in here. And he couldn't.
No. And that's what you're missing. You're missing those 2 safeties. Hell, those 2 safeties were fantastic. They were your back end. They were all of your back end. Your 2 linebackers didn't have to play pass coverage because you had those 2 studs as safeties. So you could run. You essentially ran a 4-2 because Hill is a fantastic. Hill, right? Fantastic slot corner.
Yep.
He's going to play most of the game. So you're running 2 linebackers. Now you don't have that. So they're going to they can't blitz him as much.
Sorry.
Hilton, not Hill. Hilton. You're not. It's just not the same defense without those 2 guys.
It's one of those things too of like when you sit back and look at it, it is a money-driven business. The fact of like Jesse Bates, and Vaughn, like. You went to fucking Carolina and Atlanta.
Yeah. Yeah. It is money driven.
And people say that because when you talk about the Sweat trade to Chicago, and like Chicago gives up a 3rd rounder, which what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
you don't need the edge rusher now. You need offensive linemen. And he's not helping you this year.
No.
And then they had to pay him a fuck ton of money. He's like, why'd you trade for him?
Yeah.
You would have. Well, he might not have signed here. Yeah, he would have. Have you not watched the NFL?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Hey, we're going to pay you more money than any team's going to offer you. Yeah, I'll go there.
Yeah. I see.
You think Deshaun Watson wanted to play in fucking Cleveland?
Exactly. He wanted to play in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That deal was done. Then they go, hey, we got a whole shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Fully guaranteed.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go there.
Yeah. Because my personal belief, if the Saints make that deal with Deshaun, Sean Payton goes back to being their coach.
Probably.
My guess.
Yeah, I was just taking a year off.
Yeah. So, and again, I don't have a problem with it. Obviously, I'm not an NFL player, but I find it funny and odd. You always have those guys like use those 2 safeties, for example, right? Jesse Bates, very good safety.
Yeah.
Goes to Atlanta. All right. Sucks. Took the money. Now, after that contract's up, he's going to go now ring chase.
Yep.
Why not just stay?
Yeah.
Why not just stay? Because I guarantee if those 2 stay, what do they have? 4 loses?
Yeah.
Those losses. You don't lose to the Texans. You don't lose to the Texans. And who else? What was one of their other shitty losses?
Oh, well, I mean, they got fucking.
Didn't they get beat by the Ravens?
Yeah, they get beat by the Ravens by what, 3?
Yeah, you probably don't lose that one.
But yeah, their other big they got fucking ass pounded. by the Titans. I mean, that game. Yeah, yes. That one had nothing to do about that one.
No. But it's shit like that. Yeah. Now you probably take it just a tad less money, but now you're competing again for a Super Bowl.
Yep. And I'd like to know what the difference was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously we can look up what they actually signed for.
Uh-huh.
What was Cincinnati's offer?
Yeah. How much worse was it, or how much lower was it?
I understand, like, you're not getting Jesse Bates back. Once you franchise tag a player and he plays that tag.
Yeah. It's hard to get him back. Unless the deal's done in the season.
Because usually they're a little pissed off of like, hey.
Yeah. But you thought you could get
Von Bell.
Bell, yeah.
How little was they
offering him, yeah.
Like, fucking Carolina?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
that was your move? Yeah.
And it is bad down there. And that's the other one is, how did the Texans lose to them?
Yeah. I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah.
But they're going to make the playoffs.
They might, yeah.
I mean, if the Browns skid it out and just don't run the Pittsburgh, because that's the other. There's the other one. If things go right this weekend, if things play out in the right way this weekend, the Pittsburgh Steelers would be the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Of like,
yeah.
They haven't outgained a team they've played this year, and they're 6-3.
Yep. And I honestly think the only reason they lost to the Jags is because it's pouring down rain.
Yeah. I mean, how their defense scored 2 touchdowns last week.
Yeah.
Now it's one of those things of like, but you think about that too, of like the team that was shittier than this was them when they started out 11-0.
Yeah, I know.
Of like,
yeah.
you're terrible. We're fucking winning.
We're winning.
I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's funny. Funny how it works.
It's weird how they fucking got to give something to Tomlin.
Yeah.
Just fucking grind it out.
Grind it out, man.
We'll find a way to win. We'll keep it close and we'll find a way to win.
I mean, for sure, if they do make the playoffs, still for sure fucking fire Canada.
Yeah.
Or move him just to quarterbacks again.
Yeah.
Don't let him call plays, man, because it's bad. You're still not doing anything on offense.
Then I know we're getting some time. Obviously, going to get home for the game.
Yeah.
But is that the worst interception ever?
What?
Just by me saying that, can you guess which one I'm talking about? And it had not for the Steelers or anything. I'm just talking in general from this last week of NFL games. There's one interception I'm talking about. Was it the worst one ever? You think? As soon as I say it, you're going to go, oh, my God.
Say it.
Mac Jones.
Oh, yeah. 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 Oh, shit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shit. Yeah.
Throwing no pressure.
Yes, yeah.
Backpedaling.
Yeah.
Back foot.
Yep.
Underthrew the safety that was 5 yards short of the fucking receiver.
Yes. Yeah. No,
Game was over.
Game was over.
That's a touchdown.
Yeah. Yep. No, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Yeah,
I forgot about that game because
it
happened
about
in the morning.
That of like, think about what I said there. The receiver had beat the safety by 5 yards.
And he underthrew him that bad.
He underthrew the safety by 4 yards.
Yes.
The safety had to make a diving fucking catch.
Yep. Yeah.
What?
I don't know, man. He's bad.
Dude, I mean.
He's bad.
What the fuck was that?
No, everybody, I mean, we obviously, Patricia and Joe Judge, horrible coaches.
Yeah.
But this guy's bad at football.
Yeah.
He's bad. Just bad at football.
And you can say what you want to. I know you're not a Bill O'Brien guy. I'm not a Bill O'Brien guy either. Guy can call a fucking game, though.
Yeah, 100%.
Offensive coordinator. He's a shit head coach.
Yes.
Offensive coordinator.
100%.
Can call a game.
Yes.
And you've seen him fucking, obviously.
Yeah, when he was ripping into him.
Brady used to call him tea kettle.
Yeah, exactly.
Of like, you could see it of like, what the fuck are you doing?
Have you seen the clip of him just ripping his ass on the iPad?
Yeah. Like,
it's great.
Yeah. This is the NFL. This is your third year.
Yeah. Yeah. Stupid.
And it is weird of like, obviously I don't watch a lot of Patriots game. Why would you?
Uh-huh.
That team beat the Bills. So
yeah, that's a good point.
If you're a Bills fan out there, just check yourself.
That's a good point.
But of like, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
At what point in time did anybody say, hey, man, you got a fucking howitzer of an arm?
Yeah.
That makes you think you can do a backpedaling throw and then tried to put touch on it?
Yeah.
Of like.
With no pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure at all.
If you stick your foot in the ground, you win the game.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And it was, that was the other thing. I think if you go to like the Amazon stats or whatever that they like. You go there and you can get all the route trees and stuff that the guys ran during the game. And I think it's like Mac Jones is his passing from that. Just it's a fun plot map to watch. Kenny Pickett's.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Okay, well.
Not one pass attempted between the hashes.
Really?
Not fucking one.
It's funny. Everything.
There's like 2 passes that went over 10 yards. The rest of them are either under 4 yards or behind the line of scrimmage. Not one pass
is in the middle
between
of
the hashes.
Wow.
It is fucking like,
wow.
How is that?
How do you have 6 wins?
How is that possible?
Yeah. Wow.
Of like,
wow.
Like 90% of the plays in the pass game are designed to have somebody clear out the middle.
Yeah.
The whole point of the game is to clear the middle out.
Yeah.
To throw it in the middle.
Yeah.
like outside of the numbers is not where people should live.
Those are harder throws.
In the middle.
Yeah. That's funny.
Middle open, middle closed.
Wow.
That's the biggest deal. Not one, not a completion.
Not one.
Not an attempt.
Wow. That's funny.
That's unfucking believable.
That is unbelievable. Yeah. Holy shit.
That's my point too on the back to the Ohio State side. I think I said this here.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about it with my brother every week because obviously we watch games.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle McCord's problem is, and the offensive problem is, they call a lot of outside the numbers passes. Mm-hmm. He can't throw it outside the numbers.
Yeah.
He's very good.
In the middle of the field.
In the middle.
Yes.
I mean, like, he's thrown dimes to Stover and some crossings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe somebody, I assume you've noticed that.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Maybe I understand Marv.
Yeah.
In this deep ball, but he didn't have he can't seem to get it out far enough for Marv outside the numbers of like, that's a pass that's not in his.
Yeah, it's his repertoire.
But if you dominate the middle, then that pass is easier.
Oh, yeah.
Because
everybody's in
the middle.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Not a coach. I am a genius. And a bit of a psychopath. But if you don't put your socks on first, you're an idiot. That's where I stand.
Yeah.
Good sir.
That's awful. It's awful.
You know what? I think people will have I'm sure you'll hear. They'll have the bigger problem with socks first than they do with the Donald Duck smoking.
Oh, 100%. 100%. No, yeah, I have a bigger problem with it. Yeah. I'm cool.
It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, whatever.
It didn't make any sense.
No. No, but I'm with you. Socks first, stupid shit. I'm not even mad. I don't know if I'm mad about the socks first or that the underwear is not second. Yeah, that's the best. Oh God.
Mainly because the underwear is very explainable.
Yes.
Socks first just makes sense in the life that I live. But the underwear is because I'm sitting down while I'm putting my socks on and my fucking shirt and underwear's sitting next to me. I'm like,
yeah.
You want me to stand up before this?
I'm not ready to stand up
yet.
Two
articles of clothing on standing up? Or just one? I put the shirt on while I'm still sitting here.
That's funny.
And I like the way it feels if I sit on the edge of the bed and you just let it dangle.
Yeah.
Let the clackers hang,
breathe,
you know?
Let it breathe.
Breathe out.
Yeah.
Get that box fan blowing. Yeah. That's a good thing to end on.
WideSide.